The Crown has finished sentencing submissions against Tamara Lich and Chris Barber, two leaders of the anti-COVID vaccine mandate protests which gridlocked Ottawa in 2022. Justice Heather Perkins McVeigh heard from the Crown prosecutor on why they're seeking an 8-year term for Barber and 7 years for Lich. Assistant Crown Prosecutor Siobhan Wetcher underlined the Crown isn't prosecuting the political beliefs or ideas of Lich or Barber, but for their actions in encouraging what the court has found constituted a mass mischief. Wetcher says the sentences sought are on the upper end of the scale, but argued that extraordinary harms caused by the protest require an extraordinary sentence, also saying there's no real precedence for this kind of case. During the trial, the court did find that Barber and Lich were considered leaders among portions of the protesters, but didn't have influence over every single protester or their actions. And the Crown admits that while the two may have come to Ottawa with good intentions and have the legal right to protest, the protest scale and length was unprecedented. After that, Chris Barber's defense attorney, Diane Magus, argued that far worse protests that resulted in worse violence and worse property damage resulted in relatively short sentences and would be a legal error to apply a lengthy jail term here. As an example, Magus pointed to the G20 protests in Toronto, where stores were ransacked, police vehicles were attacked, and people went with the explicit intent of committing violence and property damage, yet the longest G20 sentence came to 21 months. Magus noted that Barber and Lich explicitly advocated for nonviolence during the convoy protest, and Barber, in fact, attempted at one point to move trucks out of the downtown core, though he was unsuccessful. Magus arguing that this should be considered during sentencing. Sentencing submissions continue this afternoon. In Ottawa, Xiaoli Li, City News.